Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Second Opinion Podcast. It is your boy Celeb back again. It's been about 2 weeks since we've had a podcast. We planned on doing one while we were at E3, but things got pretty busy, so I'm joined by my partner in crime, Boltz. What's up, bro?
What's up, dude? How are you?
Well, so I'm like too happy right now.
Well, you're just like, the best opinion of the podcast. 2 weeks at E3 and we were busy. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
I'm excited to be back, bro. That's it, man. Like we've sat here and recorded like 4 fucking audio things back to back and worked on article shit. So
I was here.
I was here the whole time. So, guys, this is going to be kind of like a retrospective, like impressions on our time at E3 2019. We had a lot of fun. We met a lot of people, and we played a lot of fucking video games. So let's go ahead and jump into it, bro. First and foremost, we checked out EA Play the first day we were there. You played some Madden 20, and you seemed to like it, kinda.
I mean, yeah, it's Madden, it's EA. At this point, the light flashes and we all die.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point in the sports world, there's not much you can do to really alter it to make the game look better. It's pretty much at its pinnacle on this current gen console. You're getting pretty much the same of what you get in every Madden. I will say that some of the gameplay physics were a little bit smoother, like running the ball, tackling, catching the ball, and swatting the ball. They kind of redefined that, etched it up, made it a lot bit smoother. No more, it just felt crisp. It felt better. I will say this: the biggest thing that I was ready for, and I got to see a little bit of, was the introduction of college football back into EA. In kind of like the career mode, like if you play MLB The Show, you play. I'm sure you've had your hands on the Road to the Show, where you build your character from the minor leagues all the way up until Hall of Fame status, depending on how good you are. Well, in this Madden, they've brought back college football playoff. They're going to introduce like 10 to 12 teams, where you can assign your player to that team. You go through the college football playoff, you get drafted, and then you progress through your career. Like I said, I'm super excited about that part because that gives me an idea, hopefully no false hope, that EA NCAA college football 2000 whatever, hopefully 2021 is around the corner and will be presented next. That's what I was mostly excited for because of the introduction back to college football.
Yeah.
But Madden is Madden. You're going to get Madden. It's going to have its loyal fans follow regardless of if it's great, if it's shitty, whatnot. But, I mean, overall, once again, year in, year out, EA puts out the best football game. Madden, impressed as usual.
Yeah. Well, I got to check out Jedi Fallen Order. Watch the...
Is that a Star Wars game?
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Seems a little different than what we've seen before. Got to check out Jedi Fallen Order, bro. That shit was amazing. It was really, really great. You take you play as a young Jedi that escaped the attack upon the Jedi Temple, and it's a couple years after the attack, and this takes place, I think, in between. Oh man, I don't know if it's in between. If it's about the time of New Hope and Empire. It's kind of like, I don't know, bro. I'm pretty sure it's in the middle of the original saga. So
I got you.
Because you could tell like all the characters. No, actually, yes, it is around the time of New Hope and Empire, somewhere around there, because Iden Versio and all them have taken the Death Star plans around this time.
Okay.
Anyways, so you play as a young Jedi Padawan, and you take on the Empire, and it was such a great experience. There's a traversal through a lake mode, or a little lake. You crawl on top of a Imperial Walker, get inside of it. You're able to control it, take on other walkers, shoot down certain ships. You see Saw Gerrera, he jumps on the front of your walker, was like, who are you? We must meet up and talk. And that was fucking crazy too. But the overall gameplay style looks amazing. The lightsaber battles look really crisp, nice, real clean fighting style. It kind of has that feel that, like, while I was watching them, I felt real giddy like I did whenever I played the Star Wars Force Unleashed the first time.
Right.
So I'm very excited to see what they're going to do with this. Are we going to see Darth Vader in this game? Are we going to see the Emperor? Are we going to see Luke Skywalker? Who knows? They could really do a lot with this series, and I'm very excited. I would love to see this game turned into a 3-part trilogy, which would be fantastic. So, anyways, moving on from, well, EA Play as a whole was cool, but I don't know, man. Like, what do you think? Like, it was cool, but I think it was like super all about the fans, which was awesome. They showed off like a bunch of gameplay for the new Sims game, and there was like 20,000 little like young women down there that were like, ah, mermaids.
That's pretty much how that went, y'all.
It was so crazy. I don't think me and Boltz really knew there were so many people like sitting down there until that little fin flapped up on the screen and they showed it was a mermaid, and like there was like 20 screams from young girls down there. They were like, "Oh my god!"
That's it, man.
Oh, dude. But what do you overall like with the presentation of like, you know, Battlefield, Madden, FIFA? They had like the live FIFA soccer players there. What did you think about EA Play?
It wasn't bad. I think it's hard to enjoy the video game world in California with the sun beating down on you. I know it's EA Sports, everything's got to be outside, so on and so forth. For the for the most part, I mean, but it was all right. It was all right. It was all right.
It was all right. I agree with you, Boltz. I think it was an okay event, but I think it would have been something more enjoyable inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could have easily done. And I'm not saying that just because it was the sun, but like they could have easily done like a soccer arena inside.
You know, I think, you know, it's just when you got that many people, and you know, a lot of them were standing in line for quite some time.
Yes,
getting baked and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's just one of those things that take in consideration.
We were there for hours, and when we left, I saw some people in line that I saw that morning when we were going to the event.
Exactly.
So that really sucks for some of those kids and stuff that were standing outside that entire time. So they could have easily found, I think they could have easily found an area that could have been inside, or they could have done something like the mixer area to where it was all like domed in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So moving on from that, I checked out Crash Team Racing, and I'm going to tell you guys, it is definitely something you need to put on your radar. Crash Team Racing Day 1 has a total of like 25 characters you can play with. You can unlock these characters with Wumpa coins. You have a ton of characters to play with, a ton of levels to play around in. You have the Grand Prix mode, which is coming soon. The game launches on the 21st, so definitely make sure to check out my review, which is going to launch that day. But overall, I have to say that I was very impressed with this game. The visual aspects and visual representation of this game were awesome. Now, Boltz, you got to play a little bit of it while we're at E3. What did you think about the overall like visuals of the game? I said EA, I know.
No. It was a fun game to play.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really go wrong in my eyes. In my opinion, you can't really mess it up.
I was joking with it. I was like, doing a like cutthroat sign at him. I was like, bitch.
But you know, overall, I mean, you can customize a car, you can customize your character, you can do this, you can do that. A Crash Bandicoot world via vehicles.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was fun. It was fun
for a cart-based game. It's pretty fun.
Yeah,
now, mind you guys, listen. You guys know Boltz. If y'all listen to the podcast, you know that Boltz just kart games aren't his thing.
No, I'm very picky about what I play, y'all. Y'all have to understand.
Like while we were playing, he was like, "Okay, I got it." I was like, "Well, it was pretty cool, right?" And you're like, "Yeah, it was cool, man." I'm like, "Boltz, was it cool or not?" You're like, "Bro, you know how I am. You know the type of games I play." I'm like, "I know, man. I forget." So, But I really enjoyed my time with the game. I got to play over 30 minutes of it, and right now, your boy Caleb has been playing it as his review. My review is coming very soon. I'm very excited to get this review out to you guys and let you know how amazing this game is. And I got to give a big shout out to Beanox and the Activision team for being so amazing. It actually got one of our Best of E3 nomination awards. We really, really loved our time and what we spent. Now, moving on from that, I gotta say, the Xbox press conference was something fucking weird, bro. Like, bro, it was so crazy weird. Real quick, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna list all the stuff that was announced, and then we're gonna kind of talk about it. So,
well, let's just do this real quick. Announce it, okay? But if you want to save yourself time, just go to E3 2018, and you will see exactly what was at 2019.
Oh my God, bro. So true, man. All right, so Microsoft revealed the kind of like information, I guess, about Scarlet.
Yeah. Yeah, they sure did, guys. New Xbox named Scarlet.
Yeah. New Xbox coming in the holiday 2020 is going to be more powerful than PlayStation 5.
4 times, what would they say? 4 times more powerful than the Xbox One X?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the point?
I don't know, bro.
I'm so confused.
I don't know.
Listen, guys, I was so wrapped up in the hype. Like, I went and I watched it. And listen, we got nothing but love for Xbox over here. Like, you know that, Boltz. Like, we love Xbox. But I was so confused. Like, I was totally wrapped up in, like, everything I was seeing. Because it's such, if you're there, it's such a big presentation. You know what I'm saying? You got all this shit going on the screens.
You have your own Microsoft theater, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So it was huge, man. And like, you're watching, you're like, man, this is so crazy, dude. And they show off they announce Scarlet's coming, and it's gonna be 4 times more powerful, and that's it. We don't see Scarlet. We don't see full specs. We saw a trailer for it.
Yep.
Of how it's gonna be better. It's fluff, bro. It was total fluff. It was like the same thing we saw last year. So I just don't understand. I was just confused as a consumer and as part of the media. I was like, why didn't we see a system? Why didn't we see an actual name for the system? You know, I mean, we saw it was Xbox Scarlet, but still, it's like, what the fuck, like.
They didn't give us anything. They gave us a name. They said 4 times more powerful, and they're like, run with it, homies.
Yeah,
and that was it.
The only other thing for Scarlet that we got is that Halo Infinite is releasing on Scarlet, and we didn't get any gameplay. We got like a pre-cut gameplay trailer of Master Chief having a conversation with a dude that was stuck on a ship. And that's it. And I mean, yes, it looked really good, but like, I just wish we would have got gameplay from that, man.
Who are you preaching to, bro?
The other thing, even though it was leaked, we did get the announcement of Elden Rings, the J.R.R. Martin game that's coming from Software. I'm excited about it. It looks weird and crazy.
You know what? We just saw like a little rectal itch of what that game was. And I want it to be fucking great so bad. Yeah. I really want it to be great. You know, the writer, the developer, I want that shit to be amazing. I really do. Yeah.
Then we got the announcement that xCloud launches in October, which was cool. I have to see a little bit more to really kind of get into it.
I have to agree with that.
Outer Worlds is releasing October 25th. Which is the same exact day as Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Woo, better watch it.
Yep.
I didn't even think about that until now. But that's a tight release date to launch. Maybe push it off a week.
Yeah. That's going to be tough, man.
Yeah. Because, listen, we saw Outer Worlds gameplay. We saw 25 minutes Outer World gameplay in our scheduled appointment. It was fantastic. But this is a relaunch of Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
You're competing with the with the boss, brother.
Yeah. So maybe push it off just 5 days, man. 5 days ain't gonna hurt nobody.
That's very true.
Then Boltz was pretty excited about this. They showed off the new Xbox One Elite controller, which looked pretty nice.
Yeah. That's got some. Let me tell you something. The Xbox One Elite controller, the Series 1 and Series 2, or Gen 1, Gen 2, however you want to portray it, it's truly a badass controller. And the Series 2 next gen that's coming out, Gen 2, I mean, it's going down to the depths of you're able to tighten the torque on the analogs, for crying out loud. I mean, it's getting down to some awesome stuff. And if you're in the gaming world and you take your online play, your first person shooters to a serious note, you want to fork over the price, I would seriously invest in one.
Yeah, I agree. Another great thing that was really cool was CyberPunk 2077. They announced that the game was coming out April 16th, 2020, and we got to fucking see Keanu Reeves. That was awesome.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
You and me both stood up. We were like, yeah! It was amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking cool to see him like in person. So, Gears 5. I'm like totally, I don't know what to say about Gears 5. Honestly,
I can tell you exactly what we can say about Gears 5.
I'm fucking shocked.
You can absolutely go, what the fuck?
I'm shocked. I really expected us to see gameplay. I expected us. Yes, listen, we had other appointments that we had to do, so we couldn't go to Microsoft after the event and check out the game. So, like, my biggest thing is, like, what about the consumer? Why did we not see gameplay showcased at the actual event? Like, the announcement that they're going to show off gameplay in July and then in August and then the game comes out September 10th. It doesn't make any sense to me, dude. Like, you should have showcased 10 minutes of story gameplay.
I understand, dude. I don't get it. I don't understand. There was nothing. It was nothing. Exactly what the fuck it was. It was.
It was all aggravating.
All they gave us was, hey, the story will be longer than any other Gears ever, and that's it.
Here's a trailer for the story, and we're coming out with a new mode called Escape, and it's 3 players. And oh, by the way, Terminator is going to be in the game.
Exactly, and that's what the fuck you got.
And we had a weird thing that were like, hey, Xavier Woods, AJ Styles, and whatever his name. Or they're downstairs below the stage playing the game right now. It made no sense to me, dude, at all.
Yeah, it was super mind-boggling.
Yeah, Borderlands 2 DLC tie-in to Borderlands 3 was announced, which is pretty cool. It's available right now for free for anybody that wants to play it. So go to the PlayStation Store, Xbox Store, download it.
Hey, people, free DLC. Go and play
DLC
it.
that connects to the new game.
Go play it, man.
Actually, this was kind of like cool looking. Forza Horizon 4 or Forza Horizon 4 Lego DLC was announced. Looks pretty crazy.
Yeah.
This is big news right here, though. Phantasy Star 2 Online is coming to the West, and it is coming to Xbox in spring of 2020. Boltz, you were fucking tripping about this.
What, Phantasy Star?
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you played Sega Genesis back in the day with us,
with Phantasy Star or whatever.
With us old folks.
Yeah.
Not really old, but 30, 40-year-olds. Phantasy Star was a big hit on the Sega Genesis, and this is Phantasy Star is really huge over in the East, and I'm really excited about it coming. I really am.
It's gonna be awesome. Which the original Phantasy Star on Genesis was it's obviously different than the Phantasy Star Online, but it's still it's that lineage that Sega has pulled across.
Yes.
And this is a big fucking title, guys. Like, really big title. So definitely make sure to check it out.
Really big for Sega.
Yeah, really big for Sega. So big shout outs to them. Ninja Theory's Bleeding Edge. Total, like, it was leaked beforehand, but it was a shocker. Like, it looks like it's going to be really fucking fun.
Yeah, it's kind of it's off the wall 4 versus 4. It focuses a lot on the melee style, which is really cool because it gets you up close and personal. Mm-hmm. It's got that it's got that kind of Borderlands-esque feel to it, kind of off the wall, bizarre. So yeah, I'm excited to see what's going on.
Yeah, me too. It kind of like what Boltz said. It has that Borderlands feel, but it's got the Overwatch feel as well. 4-player or 4v4 online gameplay. The alpha is actually happening at the end of this month. So if you are an Xbox fan or someone on PC, I think it's coming to both. Definitely make sure to check it out. Ninja Theory is a fantastic company. Made games like DMC Devil May Cry, Heavenly Sword.
I mean, that makes some good stuff. So, Bleeding Edge would definitely be something to consider.
It's that art style. The art style was fucking sick.
Yes,
man.
it was.
Shocker for me right now. Totally shocked by this, and I'm hoping. I think from what they said, it is coming to PlayStation 4. So I'm fucking ready for this. Microsoft has announced that Minecraft Dungeons is coming out, and bro, I am like so excited for this game. It is a total fucking shock to me. Minecraft Dungeons is actually a kind of a Diablo style dungeon Minecraft title that obviously I know that they won't say it, but it's obviously to keep people around in the Minecraft world instead of going and playing a game like Highlands or Hytale.
Hytale.
Is it Hytale?
Yes.
I said Highlands. Hytale is a game that is being made by Hytale Interactive.
Yes. No, Hypixel.
Hypixel. And it looks really good. It's like a actual action adventure style Minecraft style game. Mm-hmm. And then just out of coincidence, this is announced. So I can't not help but feel like this is kind of to take it on. But at first, whenever I saw the creature pop up on the screen, I was like, okay, it's a Minecraft add-on or whatever. But it's an over-the-top, like, angled down Diablo style Minecraft game, and I will play the fucking shit out of it.
And it's multiplayer too, so
exactly, it's 4-player co-op.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna have classes.
Yep.
It's gonna have everything, bro. And I am so ready for this game, dude. I'm so ready for this game. And like I said, it is coming. It's coming to PlayStation 4. It's coming to Xbox. From what we were told, it's coming in spring 2020. It's going to be 4-player local and online co-op. I'm very, very excited for the release of this title, as you can tell. Also, they showed off real quick hits. They showed off Battletoads. Kind of a weird art style, for Battletoads.
A lot of people were hooping and hollering, but I just think it's because of the name.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be playing this.
Yeah, the Battletoads game is something that we've wanted for some time, but that art style is just a little strange to me. They showed off more Jedi Fallen Order. They also announced that Microsoft has bought Double Fine Studios, which is pretty huge. One of the biggest things right here, though, Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition is coming to Xbox. To
your RTS lovers.
Oh, bro, it looks so fun.
Hey, Age of Empires. It's one of those games that started a run of greatness. That is the RTS style.
That's right, dude. That's totally true. So me and Boltz were pretty fucking excited for the announcement of that game, especially with it being the Definitive Edition.
Totally, and I'm gonna buy it on your laptop so I can play it.
Oh, are you really? Okay. Whatever. If you buy it, I'll play it here.
I'll do this.
Oh, I hate you. I love you at the same time. So, the Bethesda press conference is what we saw after that, and which surprisingly we got over there in super quick time. Which it was down the street at the Shrine. It took us no time to get there, and big shout out to my friend Sean, one of the influence managers at Bethesda, getting us some pretty fucking awesome tickets, like right up front on the stage. But it was so crazy, man. Some of the games that were announced were kind of shockers, but one of the first things that was, of course, talked about was Fallout 76, as we knew it was going to be. Fallout 76 is getting a new free update that will add not only...
Boy, do we have a story about Fallout.
No, we don't. Anyways, so they're getting it's like a nuclear winter... it's called Nuclear Winter, and it's a Battle Royale style version of the game, which looks pretty fucking cool. Then they're also adding new main quest. later this fall, and they are doing a pretty crazy thing, adding NPCs back into the game, which is fucking huge. All the characters that originally left after the nuclear fallout are coming back to Appalachia, and this is huge, bro. I mean, this is huge.
It's really huge, y'all. I am one of the biggest advocators for Fallout 76 being like one of the worst games of the decade. I know it will start out that way, and it has a lot of ground to make up, in my opinion. Yeah. Absolutely. I know some of you guys are out there playing it, and you're playing it through your heart's tent, and you love it, and more power to you. But NPCs, the way Fallout has always been and should have been, without question. I know you went out there and you went on in the branch and you stepped out there and said, "Hey, we're gonna try something new. We're gonna try this, and this is how it's gonna do." And that branch broke, and you fell and hit every ugly stick on the way down. But props to you for coming and realizing and listening. To me, it's a little too late. Well, that's just me. That's me. So, but hey, congrats and thank you for at least listening to the fans on this issue.
Yeah, they really did listen to the fans on this, and I don't think it's too late. I just wish that originally they would have launched something like, if you choose a certain class, your character will be an NPC in the game, or like you'll take the role of an NPC. Like give the players the ability of playing. Like if somebody wanted to play Jim that was running a gas station in Appalachia, like you should be able to have the. If there was going to be no NPCs, then players should be able to take over. So that's what the actual community did. They got to the point to where there was a lot of people out there that would, like, if you were new to the game, they would show you local areas to be, or they would be NPCs themselves and stay in certain areas. Like they would spawn and just stand there all day waiting for somebody to come up, which is fucking crazy. That shows the type of love the community still has for this game. So the fact that Bethesda listened and is bringing NPCs back is huge to me. So then we saw fucking Doom Eternal, baby, and wow, was it unbelievable. We not only saw the new story trailer for the game, we got to see like fucking 15-20 minutes of the gameplay, Boltz, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, the game looks great. Of course, the demons have taken over Earth, and we're going to find out more about the Doomslayer in this game than what we have found out in a long time. As a good friend of mine, two good friends of mine, Hugo and Marty Stratton, Hugo Martin and Marty Stratton from id Software said the game not only will showcase who is behind the Doomslayer, but like it's gonna have more lore in this game than any Doom game has ever had before, and I'm so fucking ready, dude. Like these guys are bringing Doom, taking Doom in the direction that it has needed for some time. Now, mind you, I am a huge Doom fan. I love Doom. I love every Doom game. I think they're all fantastic. The one thing that has always felt lacking to me is a full story of like who the fuck is the Doomslayer. You know what I'm saying? Because before it was just the Doom guy. Like
that's it. Just the Doom guy.
Now he is the fucking Slayer, bro. Like he is the Doom Slayer. He is taking on all these demons by himself. We're gonna find out where he came from. So they also announced a multiplayer mode called Battle Mode, which has 2 players controlling a demon and 1 player controlling the Doom Slayer. So I'm just excited to see what they're gonna fucking do with this, bro. And it launches November 22nd. You know your boy Celeb is gonna be playing it, and hopefully there's gonna be some way I'm gonna be able to get a collector's edition. They're super tied up right now, but I gotta get that fucking helmet in my collection. So also another thing they showcase is that Elder Scrolls Blades is coming to Nintendo Switch. I'm excited for that. For anybody on the Switch, it's gonna be free. It's coming out later this fall. They did also announce that June 27th, Moons of Elsewhere is coming to Elder Scrolls Legends. I'm sure Boltz will play that eventually. They also announced that Bethesda's hard at work at Elder Scrolls 6, and they didn't show us anything of it. So They showed off new DLC called Scalebreaker and Dragon Rider or something like that for Elder Scrolls Online, which we're excited for. They did showcase Commander Keen, which is a mobile game, and I do have to say I agree with what somebody said online. I do agree with what somebody said online. You have to understand that Bethesda is not... Bethesda is... There's Bethesda, okay, first off. Bethesda Softworks, which owns all the other conglomerate companies. Then there's Bethesda Game Studios. Then there's id Software, Machine Games, blah, 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 blah. So people are like, why the fuck would Bethesda Game Studios make a Commander Keen game that's a fucking mobile game? For all we even know, Bethesda Softworks was working on this game with someone else, first off. Secondly, let's not hate on it until we try it, okay? This is a mobile title and that has a new style of gameplay. Go ahead.
And second of all, once again, like I say this many times over, 99% of people in this world have their phone in their hand.
Exactly.
This is a money grub. They're gonna get it. Some people will play it. You know, there's 3.5 billion people on this earth.
Yeah.
Just imagine if only, say, 100,000 people get it. I mean, come on. I'm just telling you.
Bro, people are gonna play it because, like, we've seen the last 2 Bethesda titles that have come to mobile were, when they launched, were the top mobile games on not just iTunes but also on the Google Play Store.
Yes.
So people are going to get it. They're going to play it. They're going to love it. So they also announced some more stuff is coming to Rage 2 with a new expansion called Rise of the Ghosts, which is a new clan that you can fight in the game world. They did 2 pretty big shockers to me in Boltz. Arcane Studios announced that they're coming out with a new game called Deathloop, which you're set on this island and literally, like, if you die, you come back to life and that's it. Like, you have to figure out why the fuck you keep dying, what's going on with this island. It's like you facing off against somebody else is the main story, and from what it seems, it's going to be pretty fucking great.
Oh, yeah, it looks really awesome. And when it came up and it was revealing what it was doing, there's a show on Netflix. It's called Sex, Love, and Robots.
Oh yeah.
And there's this one little show, and it accumulates about like 15-20 minute little short films and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And there's one little episode where it's a loop of where this dude wakes up, looks like he's killed this girl, and it goes through. And then he looks across the hallway and he sees the girl killing him. It's just it's
like a total death loop.
It's really cool. Check that out. But this game definitely reminds me a lot of that little tiny episode.
Yeah. So and then the announcement that Shinji Mikami and Tango Gameworks was not working on Evil Within 3. They're working on a new title called Ghostwire Tokyo. Super crazy, super sci-fi. It looks like it almost looked like Revelation style shit in this game. People just start disappearing. Nobody knows what is going on. Then you see these crazy, like, zombie style characters that, like, one of them points his hand down at a human that's kind of like trying to back up and makes them disappear. You see this this rogue dude kind of come out of nowhere with like a bow and arrow with like crazy powers. It just looks fucking nuts. I mean, it looks like a mind fuck.
Exactly, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to see what is going to come of this game. It's a new action adventure title that obviously, you know, is going to be amazing, especially since it's fucking Shinji Mikami. So I cannot wait to see what is to come of this. They also showed off some Wolfenstein Youngblood as well. They showed off some gameplay of it. It looks great. It's going to be co-op. It's going to be $39.
2-player co-op, man.
2-player fucking co-op. We're very excited for that. So then we went to the Bethesda party. We had a lot of fun. Talked to a lot of people. What?
Slow down, bro. You're talking like 100 million miles an hour.
Well, we went to the Bethesda party. We had a lot of fun. We saw a lot of people. And overall, it was a pretty great presentation.
Had some sugar water.
Had some. Oh yeah, we had the. What was it? It was called
the moons of
Moon Sugar. Or
yeah, Moon Sugar.
Yeah. So they had a Jones Soda themed soda that was based around Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, the Elsewhere.
Yeah, Elsewhere.
Yeah, Elsewhere.
So and it was moon sugar, and it was pretty good. It was unique. It was a weird flavor.
It was something else.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll have more of them at QuakeCon this year. So and that's another thing we can lead into too. We will be at QuakeCon 2019. Or DoomCon 2019.
DoomCon, blah, blah,
we
blah.
can't wait to check out what they are going to showcase at the event. So be ready, because Cinelinx is going to be there, baby. All right, so after that, with all that being said, the first day of the event on June 11th, we were able to check out some pretty crazy stuff. So on June 11th, we got to kind of just walk around. Me and Boltz did at first. I got to check out Doom story mode gameplay. Played it for about 20 minutes, and I loved every fucking minute of it. It was super fast paced. It was unbelievable. More gore than I've ever seen in a game outside of like Mortal Kombat, and I fell in love with this game over and over and over again while I was playing. I'm so proud of the id Software team for everything they've done with this title, because I'm telling you right now, you got something fucking special on your hands. This game is going to be fucking amazing. So while I was playing that, and of course drooling while I was playing, my boy Boltz went over there and played Borderlands 3.
What?
So what'd you think about that, bro?
Oh man, it's everything you expect from a Borderlands title.
Yeah,
and it's everything great from the series, and added some new here and there. I love the Borderlands series, the game itself.
Yeah,
high octane, massive weaponry, big badass characters to slay, four new Vault Hunters to play with. A new enemy, the Calypso twins. They bring back some of the great characters, Tiny Tina, Mordecai, Brick, for crying out loud. It was just a lot of fun. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that game. So we actually gave Doom Eternal and gave Borderlands 3 our Best of E3 nomination awards. So you know what I'm saying?
I hear you, Grim.
Shout out to Borderlands and Doom for being some of the best first-person shooters at E3 2019. Also, Katie at that time was able to sit down with the amazing Tim Schafer and his team to talk about Psychonauts 2. She said she had a lot of fun on that little sit-down interview. Got to see about 15-20 minutes of gameplay of Psychonauts 2 as well. Which, of course, she loved. She thought it was great. Then we had an appointment with Bandai Namco, bro. So we sat and we played. I got to play probably about 15-20 minutes worth. I could have sat there and played it the whole time.
Right.
But I got to sit down and play Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which is the RPG, action-adventure RPG built by Bandai Namco. And I'm telling you guys right now, it's going to be fucking amazing. Bandai Namco did such a good job with this game. We really loved what we played. And I'm shocked, dude. I really am. I'm shocked. Like, you could fucking fish, okay? You could fish in the game. But, like, as I flew through the world as Kakarot, or Goku, you were given like multiple different ways of traversing. You could like run real fast. You can get on your Nimbus cloud. You can fly. You can go and do what you want, where you want. Now, it is not fully open world. It is semi-open world. But it was really cool because I could, like, if I wanted to, I can go over and help someone find like their missing animal, or their like take on certain animals in the world and turn them into meat and use it, because this is an RPG game, so you have to use that style of the like in-game mechanics. But then I was able to like fly over and fight Raditz and have that epic battle between them. I just have to say, I think the game is going to be great, and I do hope that they add new stuff into it, like with the Dragon Ball Super series and everything like that. It would be fantastic.
Because he does what I was fixing to say. He had to throw his 2 cents in there. From what we saw in that little clip in the little theater room that we sat in, it looked really fun. It looked really neat, really cool. The art style, of course, is anime style, so it was it looked just as good as Dragon Ball Super and stuff like that. You know, my only thing is, seeing the anime, you're gonna play the game.
Yeah.
So you know, you play the game, you see the anime.
This thing about anime. We also played Code Vein, which you really
liked. Yes, Code Vein. I enjoyed the hell out of Code Vein. It's a lot like Dark Souls, Sekiro, stuff like that. It's tough. It's hard. It's kind of a mix between Dark Souls and Automata. If you've played Automata on the PS4, which was another amazing game. Mm-hmm. But Code Vein I really enjoyed, and it was tough, but it was fun.
Also we played what else did we play, bro?
I played the newest what was it? Men of Milan. It's kind of if you've played Until Dawn, kind of like that decision on like on the go decision making, kind of a survivor horror, not necessarily it's not like a fighting game or anything like that. But I played the first episode of that. It wasn't bad. Maybe once you get more into it, it'll of course open up and widen, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, we'll go from there. Then we played Blessed.
Blessed is a
I think there was more to the name than just Blessed, but I know it was Blessed is the original.
Was it Blessed Untold, Blessed Legend?
I think it was Blessed Untold.
I think that's what it was.
I'm sorry if we forgot.
We had a lot of shit going on.
But Blessed was like, what was it? It was a free MMO coming to Xbox.
Yes. Exclusive. Hey.
Yeah, it was.
No, I'm just playing.
You played a little bit more of it than I did.
Well, no, we sat there together and played it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I kind of jumped over there afterwards.
That's right. It was, hack slash MMO. We played it. The first couple scenes. You fought some orcs. You fought 2 boss battles. Mm-hmm. It looked like it could be fun. The camera, in my opinion, was a little wonky.
It was too close. It was like too close.
See, that didn't bother me. The thing that bothered me was the lock-on system.
Yeah, because there wasn't really technically a lock-on system.
Exactly. Yeah. But overall, I mean, it wasn't a bad game to play.
Yeah, it was. That's actually what I had told one of the developers. I was like, is there any way the camera could kind of scoot back a little bit? And he was like, well, that's been brought up to us. But, there's only so much you can work with in that space. So you don't want to end up bringing it back too much, because if you bring it back too much, then you're going to see things you're not supposed to see.
And it's still in development, so they'll make some changes here.
Yeah, and it was running on Unreal Engine 4 as well, so it looked pretty damn good. But we played Code Vein, we played Man of Medine, and then I think Katie actually got to sit down with Ni no Kuni Remastered, and Disney's Tsum Festival, or
kind of like a party. It's like a party game.
Yeah, it's a party game. She said, she was like, I think your daughter would really like that. I was like, yeah, probably. So then after that, after the Bandai Namco craziness, we got to check out Turtle Beach, the Turtle Beach products, which was fantastic. They talked about how their lineup was kind of like coming to an end with their headsets.
Well, it's not necessarily to an end. It's they sell 3 times more product than the next like 10 companies behind them together. So they're just they're at that peak of greatness. They're going to continue to be great, of course. We know this. But their biggest thing at E3 this year was the purchase and addition of Rockcat, which is in the PC world of keyboards. They used to make headsets. Who knows if they make headsets anymore? Because Turtle Beach has got that locked up.
Yeah.
But they make keyboards, mouses, mouse pads, stuff like that for the PC world.
Yeah.
Now Turtle Beach owns them, so Turtle Beach is now stepping more into the equipment area of the PC to expand the Turtle Beach enterprise. So congrats to them. Their product is amazing. Go buy it. It's all Turtle Beach. Come on, people.
Yeah, exactly. So they are launching a new headset. Turtle Beach will showcase or is showcased their latest standout gaming headset, the Recon Spark, which is one of their new headsets that's launching in a few months. We actually got to see it. It looked pretty awesome. And what's great too is that since they've kind of pretty much launched the headsets that they plan on launching for the PS4 and the Xbox One, they're bringing out new color schemes for the headphones as well.
Exactly.
But like what Boltz said, what was really crazy is this cane mouse done by Rockcat. The mouse and the keyboard systems that they have look fucking fantastic, dude. That keyboard that they showed us was unbelievable.
It was good.
But we really, really enjoyed what we saw. And, of course, just because they're fucking amazing, they gave us some headsets to try out ourselves. And I'm loving mine so far. Now, the one that I do have, it is the 300 series, the Stealth 300. There is up to the 600 series out now, but I haven't had a Turtle Beach product in some time, and I have to say I'm thoroughly enjoying what I'm using right now. So definitely make sure to check out Rockcat and the team that is coming out with some new products for Turtle Beach. I don't know if they're going to just keep it. If it's going to be like called Rockcat or if it's just going to be called Turtle Beach.
I think it'll be because Turtle Beach, of course, makes headsets. Yeah. That's what they make. They're venturing off into the PC world, but they're still going to keep they're keeping the Rockcat industry, the names, the people who did it, develop the stuff because they don't know nothing about mouses and keyboards.
Yeah, true, exactly.
So I think they'll still keep it Rockcat by Turtle Beach or some shit like that.
Yeah. So I checked out Call of Duty Mobile, and it was fucking amazing. It was great. I loved every bit of it. It was something super impressive. The overall visuals on the iPhone XS that we played on was really awesome, and it was super easy to pick up. We were able to just literally, I didn't even question them. I looked at the control scheme. I already knew what I was doing because, I've played mobile games like this before. So I was able to pick it up, start playing right off the bat, and had no issues of kind of like, well, where do I do this? They did have a really cool kind of training style to where you could do like automatic fire. So if you like cross over, if you get your crosshairs on somebody that's on the enemy team on the multiplayer mode, you can actually have it set at automatic fire and it will just fire at them without you having to push a button. But they do have the manual mode, which I liked way more. And I did pretty good. I got MVP 2 games in a row, baby. Holla at your boy. But I loved what we saw with that, man. I thought it was really great. They're bringing a new map to the Battle Royale or the Blackout mode for the mobile, and I did see the symbol for it. I don't know if they're going to fully announce it or not, but it looked like some zombies was coming up into the mobile version of Call of Duty as well.
Well, there you go.
So I am down, bro. Playing mobile zombies on the go. Let's do it. It's not even a question. So, of course, Katie got to check out some fantastic Square Enix products. She checked out Final Fantasy, one of the latest Final Fantasies, and she got to sit down with Final Fantasy VII, the remake. She said it was unbelievable. Looked great, played great. If you check out Cinelinx.com, you'll be able to see her full impressions of the game. Then the next day, 9 o'clock in the morning, me and my boy Boltz started it out right. Got to sit down with Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
The new M-Dub.
Bro, Warfare has changed like crazy, has it not?
It has. It absolutely has. And it has changed for the better.
Yes, I totally agree.
And of course, everybody is going to judge Call of Duty by the multiplayer. But I'll tell you right now, the way they have come in with the single-player campaign will change the way that you judge a Call of Duty game.
I totally agree, bro. The scene that we saw, it was the 15-20 minutes worth of gameplay that we saw. It wasn't like any other Call of Duty I've ever seen before. It was a sneaking type of like special ops mission. At the beginning of the demo, we saw a van that was getting searched or whatever. There was a little bit of a standoff between some good guys and some bad guys. One of the bad guys got in the van, drove it down the road, and did a suicide bomb. Super crazy. But on this special ops mission to where they were trying to break into this terrorist group's like headquarters, there was no music. There was no sound outside of people talking in that house, and it was fucking nuts, man. Like, the visuals were super realistic. As they traverse up the house, they're taking out people left and right. Headshot, 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 headshot. And you see a couple of scenes to where, like, I could see what they're talking about of this whole questioning your morality or whatever. You're having to take on women that are part of this terroristic group that are going for their guns and all this other stuff. Then there's one scene, they see a woman, they go to shoot her, and she runs over to this crib and picks up a baby. She's like, no, my baby. So they take her out of the room. But then right after that, there's this woman. She's like, no, please don't kill me, please. Wait. She goes to grab a trigger. They, of course, give her another headshot. And come to find out, she was about to pull the trigger to another bomb. They get some more information, but Captain Price and his team are back. I don't know if it's part of the SAS or if it's going to be part of a different military group, but the game looks crazy, guys. I mean, it looks fucking nuts. It looks like it's going to really test the waters on what we've seen before in the Call of Duty franchise.
And that's the truth. The gameplay we saw, it was you were there in the house with the night vision goggles on, feeling, breathing, walking every step up the stairs to each and every enemy that you saw, you went to, you found. It's just it was intense, and it was a good intense.
It really was. So then after that, me and my boy Boltz, we saw about 40 to 50 minutes worth of CyberPunk 2077 gameplay. And bro, Boltz, I think this is going to be a big game in 2020, baby.
I'm sure it will be.
Yeah, like we enjoyed our gameplay.
Absolutely.
Of course, there's to kind of briefly talk about it, because our full impressions of it, we definitely want you to head over to Cinelinx.com and check out our entire full impression lineup. But like with Cyberpunk 2077, you have a total customization setting to where you can make your character who you want and how you want. So, like with Boltz, he's a big stealth fucking gamer. Like, I'm not about that. Like in Assassin's Creed, he's the type of dude like fucking sneaking through trees and all this other shit, killing somebody and sneaking into a bush. I'm the type of guy like running there. I'm like, Leroy Jenkins, bitch!
God damn it, Leroy!
I just go in guns blazing. That's just how I am. But what's great about it is that these different classes they have in this game that they showed us really stand out between each other. So like they have a stealth class to where you can go in and you can fucking hack people. There's a cable that actually comes out of his hand and he can like hack into turrets, hack into other characters' arms and shit like that.
Right.
There was even one scene where this dude was like boxing with a fucking robot, and he hacked into that robot and made the robot fucking like literally knock this dude's head off, which was nuts. But with my character that I want to play as, the tank, is they had her set up as the female character in the game. She literally walked up to a door, extended her fucking like robot arms, and ripped the fucking door wide open. And then she was she was run and fucking gun, which I loved. Now, Boltz, did you like the different dynamics between these characters?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's going to be, it'll feel like two different games.
It will, and it'll increase the playability and so on and so forth. CD Projekt Red, they do amazing work. The Witcher series is if not probably one of the top series of all time, and they just upped it to another standard with Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, I totally.
This was the game I was looking for to see, to experience, to look at, to breathe in. It's just it was everything that I thought it would be and more.
Yeah, I really agree, man. So, Boltz,
what? You
got to play Sniper Elite VR, and this seems to be a pretty unique experience that I would say I am excited about, but I'm more interested than anything. So what did you think about the VR experience? This is the first time you ever played a VR game, right?
Well, considering that you just took what I was going to say, I don't have anything else to say.
Rewind real quick. So, Boltz, what did you think about the experience?
Well, considering you've already said... Yes, this was my very, very, very first VR experience. It was done on the PlayStation 4. So I had this little nifty little gun I got to hold as the sniper rifle. Like I said, my first VR experience, it was fun. It reminds you exactly of what a Sniper Elite game is. You go around, you're sniping folks, you're shooting folks. It does the slow motion kill cam just like before. You follow the bullet, it penetrates the skull, the ribs, the lung, the testes, the foot, the knee, wherever the hell you're shooting at. But it's what you would expect from a Sniper Elite game. What was kind of cool, they had two different control modes where you had like a free roam mode where you can move the analog and move like you were in a regular game, or they had this other option which was a one step. You just move the analog into that direction and the screen would move over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's that right there is more for people who aren't used to a VR simulation. But I got in there. I put the little visor on. Ready Player One going on over here. And it was fun. Overall, it was fun. I mean, there wasn't anything, that was like really blown out of the water. But it was well done, made, as I could see, and it was good.
Well, let me ask this. So you were talking about like the overall control scheme and stuff like that, and you used the PlayStation VR gun.
I believe that's what it is. It's
connected to it.
Yeah, it's a Sony product.
Yeah.
It's pretty crappy, but I did what I could with what I was used.
Well, let me ask this: with that gun, with you holding that gun, did it make you feel a little bit more into the character?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Because I was sitting on a stool. I mean, you could stand up or whatever you want to fucking do. I was sitting on a stool. I had my little Ready Player One visor on. I was doing my thing. You hold the gun up, and you can see through the scope. You can move your head to the left or to the right and look around the gun wherever you're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you immerse yourself into it more with the gun in hand.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you think it would be better to play? Do you possibly? I know you didn't see it on Oculus or PC, but do you think it would possibly be a little bit more of a better experience playing it on PlayStation 4 than on PC, since you have that ability of using that gun
I would think
control?
so, because I mean, if you're gonna, because absolutely, it just would.
Yeah. So was there anything in the demo that kind of stuck out for you? I know that you and me have always thought the Sniper Elite games are like crazy, over the top fun. That's one thing that we actually love about Zombie Army 4 is it's in that same universe of being able to snipe someone and have their brain explode or whatever. But was there something about the VR experience that kind of stood out more than a normal Sniper Elite game? I
will say this: using the VR, the gun, the goggles, and all that wonderful, expensive equipment made by Sony. No, I'm just playing. I was able to switch and move between enemies about 10 times quicker.
Really?
Yes. Wow. Going from, because I mean, you got your gun. It's first person shooter, of course. You got your gun, you got your screen. You're moving around, you look, and you got enemies flying all over the place. I mean, it's pop up, look through the scope, look down, pop up, look through the scope. It was.
Yeah, true. Because on Sniper Elite, you're in a third person.
Exactly.
So you have to go from running in third person to first person.
But I will say this: anything from even a first person shooter, going from enemy to enemy was so much quicker.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's pretty impressive, bro. Makes me excited for the game. But you really enjoyed your experience.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, well, that's awesome, dude. I'm really, really glad to hear that, actually, because I always have my reserves about VR. Which Rebellion. I think Rebellion's always been really good with supporting VR as much as they could, but it looks they haven't actually showed full B-roll gameplay.
Frontal nudity.
They haven't shown actual full B-roll of the game, but the video that they did release, it's kind of they show the guy playing with the VR headset, and then the screen is kind of blurred a little bit, so you kind of get a sense of what's going on or whatever. But I'm excited for that, man. That looks pretty fun. Now front. That looks front. So now we're gonna talk about Zombie Army 4. So Zombie Army 4 was it fucking crazy. Coming from somebody that is a Sniper Elite fan, that loved everything about Sniper Elite 3, and also the game Strange Brigades, which was brought to you by Rebellion as well. Zombie Army looks fantastic, and it has,
Did anybody else notice that his voice got louder in 30 seconds? He was like, Zombie Apocalypse 47. Sorry.
Anyways, so it was fantastic. We played in Milan, and I think it was the level. So we originally had 4 people. It was me, Boltz, and 2 other guys that were part of the media. And I think I chose Carl I don't know who Boltz chose.
Boris.
The bald guy.
Yeah, of course.
But what was really cool is that you
Russian.
you can like customize your character's look and everything.
Yeah, everything from your body to your weapons, everything.
Yeah. It looked really, really great. So you start out and you're in like a train station. You can go to like different boxes and get your mines and get other stuff. And you guys should be seeing some B-roll from the alpha bit of the gameplay. We did originally, we were capturing gameplay, but the entire South Hall lost power right when we were in the middle of our gameplay capture with 4-player co-op. So eventually we had to move it to where it was just me and Boltz playing. But overall, it was fantastic. Now, Boltz.
Now, Caleb.
What do you want to talk about with this game? What did you love about Zombie Army 4?
Just I know this is gonna sound really repetitive. I mean, it was a 4-player co-op zombie horde coming after you, nonstop. It was a fun game, and that's what I liked about it most. It was a fun game. It wasn't nothing too difficult. Survive the zombie ambush, so survive the apocalypse, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
You go in, you pick your character, you pick your weapons, anywhere from from an assault rifle to a shotgun to a sniper rifle to whatever you wanted. You could have.
Was there? What? No, there wasn't an MP in there.
No, but you could choose a melee weapon from shock fist to a machete.
Bro, that shock fist was sick.
Right.
Man.
You could use the environment to blow up stuff. It was just overall a whole lot of shit ton of fun.
Mm-hmm. It was, and each character had their own special attack. So like with the sniper, what was it, Boltz? It was like a super focus that you had.
Right.
Where you could like blow some zombie in half.
That's it.
And it was just so cool, man. I mean, it was so much fun. It really was, and it kind of, it kind of made me feel like, it kind of made me feel like a douche for not really getting into the Zombie Army series as much as I used to be. I don't think I played Zombie Army 3 at all.
My son plays them.
Does he?
Yep.
Well, he's really going to like this one. So, but the levels were gigantic. And as what we were saying, it's set to release in early 2020. But it has 2 to 4 player online co-op, which is just unbelievable. And with that, when you have those special abilities, it just makes your gameplay that much more fantastic. So like me and Boltz, you had Boris. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Right? You had Boris, and with Boris, he has like a sniper rifle. And you were able to do your little specials where you were able to blow something up.
Right. But you could use that special and stuff like that for like with the shotgun too. It just slows everything down.
Yeah. And each one of them, I think you actually have more than just one special as well. You have like a
That's
lock
where you
system.
killed me, fucker.
Oh, man, yeah. So like there was an area that we got to that there was a trap set up with this fan, with a propeller of the front part of a plane. So I was like going around. I'm like, I'm Carl, and I have a sniper rifle and like a shotgun. I'm running low on ammo. There was a shit ton of zombies coming up. And one of the devs came up behind me and was like, hey, that's a trap that can actually help y'all. And I was like, oh, okay. And she was still trying to explain it to me. And like right before she even had a chance to tell me what was going on, I shot the activation panel on there, and Boltz got sucked into the fucking propeller. He got destroyed. It was so fucking hilarious, though,
I was like, what the hell?
But then right afterwards, I'm laughing. I was like, oh, no, I killed you. And I came walking up in front of the propeller, and I got pulled in and got killed. So, but there's all these different traps. There's areas that you can activate panels for, like, electric shock on the floors to kill a bunch of zombies. You have special types of grenades. You have shock grenades. You have, gas grenades. You have you also have mines, incendiaries. So overall, the game is fantastic. It's perfect. I think it's a perfect game for anyone that does streaming, that really loves sit down, like online couch co-op. This is something that I feel that me, Boltz, and even possibly his son are all going to play together.
Absolutely.
It really was a great experience. One thing that was actually kind of shocking to me too was the fucking graphics were unbelievable.
It looked really pretty.
It looked really good.
All the love, blood, and brain splatter. It's glorious.
Dude. And like even the times that like you're planting a mine, there was like the pentagram that like popped up while you were planting it and loading it into the ground. There was the abilities too. Like I liked one of the abilities with I can't pronounce her name probably. Is it Shola?
That sounds right.
She had the ability of like the machete.
Yeah.
And dude, she fucking you could chop some people up with her too. But I really like Carl, which Carl he did an awesome little shit of the special ability of the sniper rifle, of being able to like extra focus in. There was one time that I did an extra focus, and after the little cutscene that popped through of like the zoomed in shot, the bullet still kept going and shot through another 2 zombies, which was fucking awesome. But I don't know really how else to explain how amazing this game is going to be. We didn't get extremely long into the demo as much as we wanted to because, as I said, entire South Hall lost power, so we ended up having to like reboot all the systems and all that. But I know that they did tell me at the end of the mission there was a flame trooper that was like a zombie that was completely charred, and he had like a flamethrower on top of him. I don't know if it's in the B-roll that you're seeing or not, but it looked fantastic, and the gameplay was great. It was super smooth, and we really enjoyed with what Rebellion is doing with this series. They're not just making it the same old same. It seems like everything is way more intuitive. It's way more fast paced. And it's even more fun than what it's been before in the past. So, Boltz, you have anything else to add?
I really don't. Besides the fact that it was like I said, it's very enjoyable. It's very fun. I could play it for quite some time. I really could.
Yeah, and that's like with Strange Brigade. I constantly played that game online, especially. It's really fun to play with people online that are all about horde style games, and that's what this is. You can jump onto miniguns. You could jump and like set up traps beforehand to help your team out, and the end goal is just to fucking have fun. That's what I love about Rebellion. Any game that they either produce or publish or whatever, they are all about the games being fun and kind of getting back to the roots of what games is all about, is, you know, just having fun with your friends. And that's what this is, man. This is actually what I have wanted from a Call of Duty zombie game for some time. The zombie games I think that Call of Duty does are great, but with Modern Warfare coming out this year, October 25th, and it not having a zombie game, a lot of people are going to kind of want something to fill that void. And I think when this comes out early 2020, this is going to fill that void for zombie players. So definitely make sure to check it out. Big shout outs to Rebellion for letting us check this game out. Definitely check out the games that they showcased at E3. It was not just Sniper Elite VR or Zombie Army 4. It was the return of the Evil Genius series. Evil Genius 2 is coming out soon, and you should head over to Cinelinx and check out our amazing Katie Cake Bites article over this game and why we chose this game to be one of the best E3 games this year. It got the best E3 nomination award, and you definitely need to head over to Cinelinx and check out our thoughts and impressions over all the games that we got to check out this year.
Now I want to talk about this crazy game that we really enjoyed, and that was Obsidian's The Outer Worlds.
released. So we got to sit down and watch about 25 minutes of gameplay, I think.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm going to tell you guys right now, it was something really special that kind of hit me on the feels. I don't know about you, Boltz, but it felt so good watching this gameplay, and it really it felt new, but it felt like something we've seen before from Obsidian, which is a good thing.
Absolutely. It was, your freaking business card is slipping my shoe down there. It was great to look at. It was great to watch. It was great to get the first not hands on, but the first visuals and what this game is expected to be. Obsidian is amazing. The creators of this, of course, created the first Fallout, the first and the second Fallout. And
they created that, but they did New Vegas.
Oh, that's all fine and dandy, but New
Vegas was huge.
Anyways, back to what I was saying.
Jesus Christ,
I was rudely interrupted.
I hate you so much.
Yes, New Vegas was New Vegas. It was great. It was wonderful. Everybody loved it. Blah blah blah. But it goes, the people. I mean, the people that created the original Fallout came back and was like, boom,
Yeah.
Not created, wrote, whatever you want to say it. But it's Outer Worlds it looked tremendous, man. It really was. It was colorful. It was vibrant. It was smooth gameplay. It had the beautiful, the wonderful decision making of the conversations. And it reminded you of a Fallout game. Absolutely. With a big beautiful sci-fi outer world feel,
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, the demo that we saw took place in Fallbrook, which is an area that you can check out. But you also had your companion Ellie there with you, and you also had another companion as well. So in the description that we were given in a press release, it does say, lost in transit while on a colonist ship bound for the furthest edge of the galaxy, you awake decades later than what you expected to find yourself in the midst of a deep conspiracy threatening to destroy the entire colony, which sounds pretty cool. But the great thing and the coolest thing about this is it was a total mixture of some of our favorite games. It has this BioShock feel to it. It's like BioShock plus Fallout in space. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it just, dude, the overall art style looked fantastic. The gameplay was super smooth. And one of the best things that I really enjoyed about the gameplay that we saw was the decision making that you could do in the game. So you have skill points that you can use that can unlock stuff like charm or intimidation or lying or whatever else. And that's one of the great things about previous Fallout titles, that you had the ability of doing tons of different choices. Or even a game like Boltz that Boltz really loved was the Mass Effect series. You as you play through the game and you develop your character, you can have certain traits that you could be a bigger asshole. And if you were an asshole and your traits were high enough, then that would always work out in your favor more. So it seems like this is going to kind of have the same exact thing. And I don't know about you, Boltz, but the visuals of the facial animations and everything looked fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I was impressed. And as much as the people don't like me to hear it and say it and so on and so forth, sorry to say, y'all, but this is what Fallout 76 should have been.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And I don't care what anybody says also. This is kind of a nut shot to the company that created Fallout 76, because this is what the fans wanted. This is what the consumers, the gamers wanted. So,
well, my feelings on that, bro. I think Bethesda's doing a great thing with Fallout 76. I think they're coming back with the NPCs or whatever else. But I will say, shout out to Obsidian, because Obsidian did say that they didn't want to make this as a shout or a shot. I don't know why I said shout, but a shot at Bethesda. It was more or less shout. They wanted to make
let it all out.
They wanted to make a game, a role-playing action adventure game on their own. And this is like a culmination of years and years and years and years of them working on other titles of saying, listen, we could try to make our own, and I think we could do a really good job with it. So that's why I'm really excited for this game, because it seems like something fresh and new, something that we haven't really seen yet, but we still have kind of like the feels, still has the feels of like the previous games that we've played before. Now, one thing too is outside of the gameplay just being, really fantastic looking, one thing too, it did have that comedic side to it as well. You could be an asshole, you could kill people left and right or whatever, but when you walk into a certain part of the town, you find, first off, what was cool is that when you and your companions walk into a certain part of the town, you're able to cloak you and your companions to look like regular workers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that was awesome. And there's certain bots in this area that you can talk to or intimidate or whatever else. But you end up walking into basically a meat factory. And in these meat factories were Boltz. Is that what they were called?
I think that's the best way to pronounce it, I believe.
Yeah, it was like Boltz, and they do, or Borsts or whatever. And with these Borsts, they have tumors. They grow tumors all over their body that are like bacon flavored tumors. And you can whatever they said, the company they'll dice them up, make them into stuff, or they'll make them into Borstwursts, which are supposedly some of the most disgusting things that they can make. But it was just crazy, bro. Like, the way that the developers were explaining the game, and the fact that you can actually go in there and take the stuff and use it for yourself or sell it or whatever else. It's just awesome, dude. It's straight up action RPG gameplay that we know and that we love. And of course, the game can be played in co-op too, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Of course, this is going to be a great game to hopefully be able to play with your friends. One thing I did see in the action, whenever they were taking on certain enemies, there was like a slowdown effect as well. So with that, I don't know about you, Boltz. Like, I really like that. Do you like that addition to where it's like a kind of a little bit of a focus mode? Do you think?
Oh yeah,
a little
absolutely.
distracting?
No. I think it's fine because it gives you a moment to gather yourself, collect yourself. You got an enemy on a long distance shot that you're trying to pinpoint. So yeah, no, I don't mind that at all.
Yeah. Also, you can get different things throughout the game. You can get your perk points. You can get different flaws as well. That will help you in the game to make certain decisions or do certain things that you want. But what's great about it is that it is exactly what we have wanted from Obsidian for some time. It is a full-on action RPG game. Now, Boltz, was there anything that you saw in the gameplay that you didn't really like?
Honestly, no, I didn't. I'm a big fan of this style of this big open RPG, decision making. I rather enjoyed everything that I saw. I really did.
By the way, I just remembered those things were called cyst pigs.
Cyst pigs?
Cyst pigs.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the food and stuff they're made into is Borsts.
Okay.
But they're called cyst pigs.
That's right.
Because I remember whenever they showed them on there, I was like, "What is that?" And he was like, "These are cyst pigs. They grow tumors that are flavored like bacon." But yeah, it was cyst pigs. And the dude that ran it, his name was Clive Lumberg, which made me laugh because of Office Space.
There you go.
The dude on there was named Lumberg, so which he was a total creep, the dude that you were going to take on. But what's cool, and I hate, I'm sorry for interrupting, but
no, you're good.
One cool thing is that from this interaction that you have with like Clive, I'm looking at some screens right here. You actually, what's cool about it is that you were sent in to kill Clive. You were sent in to kill Clive by a certain person, and you have the option at this point in time, at the end of this mission, to actually either join Clive and then kill the person that sent you to kill Clive.
Right.
Kill Clive, or try to make them work together, which nobody's really done before. Like try to bring them together and make the colony a happier place.
Right.
Which I thought was fucking awesome, bro. That shows you that this game is not only like a Fallout game, but it's also like it is a full on like player choice title. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, there's going to be a ton of different endings. There's going to be all different types of decisions and choices.
It's so many playthroughs. Playability will be extremely high with this.
Now, I will say, I heard some people online, and I got to say this. It's been sitting with me since I heard it. I heard some people online saying, like, they didn't like the way that some of the characters, like, I guess were wording stuff. Like, they would have certain phrases that they would say, and I guess the character didn't react the way that they wanted them to react, like emotionally.
Right.
And I saw one dude online was like, I saw this, and I mean, it really makes me not want to even buy the game, which made no fucking excuse to It made no sense to me at all. But I mean, Boltz, like you even know, like this game is gonna be good, and it's gonna have things that it needs to work on or whatever. But I mean,
absolutely. And when they release it, if everything is not perfect, no game out there when it's released is perfect nowadays. There's so much that so they try to fit in these games. It's not gonna be perfect when it first releases. When they release it, if they see something off, maybe something about the voice and the captions, maybe it's off with the lips or something like that. They'll send an update, version 1.7.7.
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
I love how specific you were with that. But yeah, I agree, man. And I mean, there's some crazy ass weapons and shit in this game. Oh yeah,
man.
Like there's one weapon that's like a shrink ray, to where it like you're in the middle of a huge battle with some giant character. It shrinks them down to nothing. There's all different types of weapons that you're going to be able to use. And by the way, the thing I was talking about earlier was called tactical time dilation, I guess, which is it gives you that sensibility of like kind of like a Matrix feel to it, where you're able to like slow things down and like focus on things, which looks just so fucking sick, bro. It looks so cool. And as you go along, depending, like what we were talking about earlier, you do have that feel of a BioShock style game as well, because depending on your reputation and depending on the way you treat people in the game, you can have a completely different outcome, which is just fucking nuts to me. So, Boltz, do you have anything else that you want to talk about with the Outer Worlds before we end this little bit? I
really don't. It was just spectacular to see. It really was
spectacular to see. It was a great presentation. I want to give a big shout out to Obsidian for letting us sit down and check out this gameplay. We try to go as detailed as we can with the overall gameplay and stuff. We loved what we saw. We think it's going to be a fantastic game, and we can't wait for you guys to check this game out whenever it comes out later on. Was it this year?
Yes, in about 4 months.
Yeah. So yeah, bro, like the Outer Worlds is just going to be fucking amazing.
It will be. Absolutely.
And I'm ready to try some of that bacon, that tumor bacon. So, but then, we also, bro, like total just, made the trip for me and you as well. We got to check out Techland's Dying Light 2.
Bro.
Coming from somebody that is super in love with the game, what did you think about what we saw?
Like I said, E3 was my CyberPunk 2077. We saw gameplay of Dying Light 2. That is my game of E3, hands down.
So wait. So what you're saying is originally, whenever we were going, E3 was all about CyberPunk.
That's what I just said.
Okay. Well, I was confused by the way you worded it. So, but that's the truth. Like whenever we were going to E3, Boltz was like, "I'm just ready to see CyberPunk. I'm ready to see CyberPunk," and which we loved what we saw. Don't
get shit twisted. CyberPunk 27 in my mind, could hands down and possibly be game of the year whenever it releases.
Yeah.
But Dying Light 2 was everything that I want. in a video game.
It was so good.
You have decision making. You have zombies. You have humans. You have an ever-changing world. You have an infected hero that you are playing as Aiden Caldwell. You have zombies who over 15 years since the last time you've played the Dying Light, 15 years, the humans have evolved. The zombies have evolved. You know, decisions you make can alter the world around you. There's so many freaking amazing things that I'm super excited about, and I cannot wait until I play this fucking game.
And the gameplay that we saw was just unbelievable because not only did it look beautiful, but they had the world's what was it? He was the #1 Dying Light player in the entire world.
Yeah.
And that dude could fucking play some Dying Light, bro. The parkour system, he used it like unbelievably. And what's crazy is that it's by the time the game releases in 2020, it's going to be 5 years since the last title. So I don't know, bro. You got some dealing to do because you're talking about how CyberPunk's going to be game of the year in 2020, but this shit's coming out in 2020 as well.
I just think Dying Light is it's a game. It's a survival horror. Most people have got it. I've played it and stuff like that.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're saying CyberPunk stands out as something new.
It's gonna stand out something.
Yeah,
it's gonna stand out something serious.
Which, mind you, both of these games we gave Best of E3 nomination awards.
Dane Skippy, we did.
And Dying Light is bro. Dying Light is gonna be fucking fantastic. It really is.
And don't forget about Dying Light 2 being player co-op.
Yes, it's going to be fucking co-op. You're going to be able to play the game at full co-op.
Face here.
We cannot wait to play it because my daughter's in there laughing like a crazy person. What was really crazy is that one of the dev team actually let the name of one of the new zombies slip, and I cannot remember it to save my life.
Nope, me neither.
But what happens at one point in the demo that we saw, Aiden actually decides to turn on the water pump system in this one area of the city. So when he did that, it actually revealed an entire new area to traverse, and it revealed a new zombie, which was like had fucking fish scales and all this other shit. Which, man, it looks so crazy, bro. But the gameplay was so smooth. Was unbelievable as well. There was one time, as you could see in the concept art that they've showcased, and even I guess the case art that they've shown, Aiden is running and he's chasing down a van to get to these guys that shot one of his friends. He jumps from one building to another, is running through a room, and there's a zombie in front of him. He kicks the zombie through the window and jumps and grabs the zombie and uses him as like a cushion when he falls and hits the ground. So crazy, man. Just those little small add-ins right there are just nuts, man. And the dev team confirmed that they do plan on supporting this game for years. So that means more DLC, story-driven DLC, and maybe even what they did before, a new edition of like a multiplayer mode as well. So I'm down, bro. I am so down to play this game, and I cannot wait till you guys get to check out the awesome gameplay that they showed us. Then we got to see Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, which was fantastic. The game has been built from the ground up. New combat system. They have damage fucking points, bro. Like damage points on your enemies. Like all the worlds that you go to. Every game that they are showing in this it's not a remaster of the original Lego games. This is literally every game that is in this collection was built from the ground up and is a brand new experience. So I'm really excited to play this. They showed off a lot of gameplay to us in our little 20-minute session that we got to sit down and watch. It was so crazy. It was real world. Oh my god, I'm blanking on right now. All the worlds and the overall gameplay was set in like real actual worlds, but you had your Lego shit as well.
Right.
So like your Lego characters, like the animals that you rode on collected dust. the combat system was completely rebuilt and is an actual combat system instead of a beat 'em up system. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just the same moves over and over and over again. Every character has their own play styles. And I'm just so ready for this game. It is going to be something that is going to be quite fun. So then we got to go to the Nintendo booth, and we were there for about an hour checking out the wonderful games that they showcased. I played Luigi's Mansion 3, which Boltz was coaching me through it the entire time. He was like, bro, go to the left. Look, there's a fucking secret right there. Visually, Luigi's Mansion looks great, bro.
Yeah, it does.
It looks really, really good. You also have Gooigi, which is a new add-on to Luigi. He's if you push like the right analog stick or click it, you can actually make Gooigi come out, and he can like go through metal bars like the Liquid Terminator or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Liquidnator. It's gonna be cool, man. It's gonna be really, really cool. The gameplay overall was pretty fun. It was a little hard for me to get used to at first because I'm not that type of. I think the one thing that took me the longest to get used to was the directional pad, or the way that you can direct your vacuum.
Right.
With your right analog stick. Like it seems like it. I don't know, man. Like it's not extremely responsive. Let's say that. So like if you need to go to the left, like you have to literally like spin it to the left instead of just turning to the left. So that was a little weird for me. Then I played Zelda Link's Awakening and on Nintendo Switch, and bro, breath fucking taking.
It was nice. It was really nice.
Super nice. Really, really beautiful. Really cute kind of gameplay, graphics. Everything about it was just unbelievable. It's what, if you're a Zelda fan, it is what you have wanted for some time outside of Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild was amazing.
Yeah.
Boltz, what did you get to play?
I didn't play anything. I watched y'all play.
Didn't you play?
No.
Oh, we played Marvel Ultimate Alliance for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And then Katie got to play Pokemon Sword and Shield. You can find the full impressions of that over on Cinelinx.com. And we are going to get Katie on here to just talk about our podcast and stuff like that. But we had to get this podcast knocked out. The last day there, Katie checked out a ton of different games. She checked out Dragon Quest Builder 2. She also was able to check out Trine 4. Bear with me, Lost Worlds Beyond the Page. She was also able to check out Ubisoft's Watch Dogs Legion, which she said was fantastic. She said they've really improved upon the series. They did a lot of great things with the game as well. So I don't know. I'm excited to see what this game is going to bring, because even though the game was good, Watch Dogs 2 was still kind of a letdown for me. I'm not gonna lie. So just saying. But anyways, guys, this has been the Second Opinion Podcast, episode 266. We just kind of wanted to talk about our experience at E3 and tell you guys that next week we will be back in full swing with the regular scheduled news and shit talking. I'm kind of trying to evolve the podcast as much as possible and not really be the same old. So there may be some changes.
You're going to get the same old Boltz because everybody loves the same old Boltz.
No, that's fine.
Because Boltz is the fucking shit. And he doesn't give a shit.
A little big-headed. Anyway, so
that's what she said.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for checking us out. And please make sure to head over to Cinelinx.com and check out our full impressions of E3 2019. Talk to you soon. Peace out.
Peace.